Hi, this is Jason Lugo. This is my video response to the recorded counseling session with Tynesha. I noticed several interactional patterns in Tynesha's sharing that I could relate to from the chapter we read in the book. One of the main patterns that I saw her speak of was her relationship with her boyfriend. She called him her dude, and that he was back in the picture. It seemed to paint a picture of a relationship that was on again, off again, leave the house, come back, and seemed to be a source of frustration with her because he won't help with the children and doesn't help support her and really isn't there for her as she's trying to work and go to school. You could tell her body language and facial expression really show frustration by this and exasperation. And it seems that she wants him to be a wellness interactional pattern, but it seems to be more of a DIP in her life and bringing her into symptoms of a PIP. And I'm not sure if this is the biological father or not. I didn't get clarification from that in the video. Another pattern is struggling with her grades and work and having to leave to take care of her children and her grades dropping. This brought up to me a PIP with power pattern with her job, and she's worried that they're going to fire her and she has to leave and that they're unhappy with her. And of course, she feels like she's letting down her teachers, not doing good in the program. And then there's a bit of an SCIP also that she shares about this social cultural interactive pattern because with her gender being a woman and having to leave work to take care of the children, and that dynamic with her boyfriend may be feeling like because she is the woman she has to do those things. That might be something to explore. And there's a bit of a cultural pattern here as she shared about herself growing up wanting to make a better future for her family and her children. And so there seems to be some cultural influences that are patterns that are happening here as well. Her friends are mentioned in this and how they could be a source of strength, an HIP, but right now they're frustrated with her and they're angry with her because she's making this decision with her boyfriend that they like her, they want to help her, but they're mad at her, is what she said, because she has welcomed him back in. She mentioned her children, that they're fighting and getting into fights and into trouble. She's worried. She made a very cryptic comment. I know what this is all about, but I don't want people in my business. I don't want social services coming. So I'm not sure what that meant. I'm wondering if there might be more going on in the family with the boyfriend than just not helping out. And all of this has led to an exasperation for her and a pattern that seems to be shown that she feels like everyone in her life is unhappy with her. She feels her job is unhappy with her. She's not doing well in school. Her friends are mad at her. Her boyfriend is not happy with her and expects a lot from her and her children. And in fact, she started this session by saying, "You're probably not even going to want to hear any of this, but I can't continue." So even for her to come to me, there's a pattern that she thinks you don't want to help me and you're probably going to be against me also. So there's some thought process there, an internal dialogue and belief that could be really good to talk about. Using Tom's interpersonal pattern, how might I explain some of these concepts to Tynesha in a way that would benefit her? I think I would start first by reaffirming with her that I absolutely do want to hear her and help her, and that I'm grateful that she shared. And then she says, "I can't keep doing this. I can't." And I would want to talk about that and how that's an important thing, an important statement that she made, and in terms of goal. And so my thought as I'm recording this is to look at it from a solution focused therapy perspective. And Tom says that you should start first by identifying the strongest emotions. So to me, as I watched Tynesha's video, the strongest emotions seemed to be exhibited when she was talking about her relationship with her boyfriend and her children. And so it might be good to explain what I saw, that some immediacy, that as she shared all those things, when she shared about these two people, I really saw a difference in her emotionally, and let's talk about that. And typically where there's more emotion, there's more importance in their life. Um, and through the solution focused therapy conceptualization that Tom gives, he says to identify and behaviorally identify WIPs. And that's would be something that we could talk about and help her understand what is her goal, what would she like to see changed, and what are some times or exceptions that it has been better towards those goals. What are the efforts that she's made towards those goals, and have they worked or haven't they? This identifying the WIPs will lead and involve the client's preferred solution, is what the book says. And so that's what I would try to do. Um, and so there are trying to find patterns that are positive and promote change in her life would be a focus. And the patterns that are causing her worry and stress and symptoms seem obvious, and she's sharing those. I would try to help point those out, and then also with her try to discover what are those patterns that are positive and that are there to promote wellness and to promote change. So that was my response. It was a very informative video. Thank you.